The career of a Rocket League pro can end just as quickly as it has began, leading to many lost stories and forgotten players. So today I'm going to be telling some stories of the past, starting with Yemen. Yemen the Rocket League player had something in common with Yemen the country: team infighting and civil war. Way back in 2015, before RCS was a thing, Yemen would play in ESL, MLG and Gfinity tournaments, beating players such as Cooksey and Kronovi, who would go on to become legends of the game. So what happened to Yemen? Well, he would join up under an org called SK Gaming with a guy called Dadu and this guy called Jazer? I don't know what happened to him. And they were performing well together until one fateful day in January 2016 when Yemen lost his shit. It was a Gfinity Cup game against Linkaru's team Firewall, game 3 in a best of 5, and Yemen had just brought his team level with this goal, which in 2016 it was a banger to be fair. So it's 1-1 with 24 seconds left and the rest is history.
Fuck! I'm out, I'm fucking done. I am done with this game. I'm not even playing. You can count me out of this entire tournament. Fuck that.
But the funniest thing is, if you take it back like 30 seconds, Yemen is laying into Jazer for having no boost, making Yemen's monumental fuck up even sweeter.
Got no boost, say it. I'm assuming you've got boost all the time. Say.
But the series wasn't even over yet. They still had a chance. It was 2-1. But no, Yemen was just too embarrassed to sit in this awkward silence after that miss. And he just dips. Jazer was just like, what the hell? But then he was like, I mean, it is Linkery, man. We can still probably fucking 2v3. And I'm pretty sure admins would just give you a DQ these days, which is no fun. I vote bring back the 2v3s. But at least Firewall saw the funny side of it.
Oh my god, Yemen just left.
LOL.
He's fucking pissed.
Yeah, I think so.
As for Yemen, he didn't even stop there. He went on to leak sensitive information about upcoming Gfinity plans to fund a pro tournament, which ended up in him getting banned from a bunch of other Rocket League tournaments. Not that it would have mattered because he was kind of shit. Anyway, today Yemen chills around 1600 and I've even played a couple of games against him, I think. I called him old and he didn't reply, so fuck you, Yemen. Gibbs. Yes, the man who sits on that desk like a Chad also used to play on the best team in North America. So you're probably thinking, wow, if this guy is one of Rocket League's best analysts, he must have been a pretty good player, right?
Let's go over to Gibbs. I want to see how the defenseman's going to handle the first attack. You see Mark.
12 seconds later.
Himself saying we're just going to put so much pressure on them. That's all we're going to do. Just keep running at them. But this is a great chance for Cook. Comes in off the post and in. That shot from range was absolutely crazy. Will he reverse here?
His one and only tactic was just to sit in net, hit it up to Kronovi, and inshallah. Like, imagine being Kronovi, hitting a perfect mid-pass for your teammate, and you turn around and he's just fucking sat there like... I don't know what the fuck to do! To be fair, I don't know how Gibbs did it, because it's probably the worst feeling when you see a ball drop in front of the net that you probably should be shooting, and you just know your team is pissed at you.
I need to go back. Oh, I'm so far.
You got the attack. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
It's fine, it's not a goal, it's not a
That
goal.
is a goal, you're shit.
But even then, spending some time at the top playing like my grandma would is an impressive feat nonetheless. Fortunately, by the time RCS Season 1 came around, the fast evolving Rocket League meta led Gibbs to realise that being 29 and competing in Rocket League is probably not for him. And it's for the best, because he probably would have had an aneurysm on the stage trying to defend an air dribble or something. I don't know what to do! But the path he chose instead ended up cementing him as a legend of the scene, or as Code Stuff says, Rocket League's collective dad. Since Season 1, Gibbs has been involved in casting, analysing, and Stacks even says that he handles behind-the-scenes stuff like pre-shows and general admin. But his legacy goes even further back to SARP, where he would run the first ever tournaments, and during Rocket League's development, he even pushed the devs to include a ranked mode. So if you think of it, it's Gibbs' fault that I get told to kill myself every time I load up Rocket League. Today, Gibbs still sits on that desk dissecting Rocket League like the father figure my toxic teammates never had. If we can get a thanks dad in the comments, that'd make my day. Or not, actually, it's a bit weird. A lot. With a 0. There's not really much to say about this guy, to be fair. He played 5 seasons in the RCS. His best finish was 2nd at Worlds. He was really fucking good, but he couldn't get that ultimate dub. But there's one thing that made him my favourite player to watch for a very short time. If you put the ball on the other team's backboard, there was a 100% chance of him being there and scoring the most outrageous angle you've ever seen. Seriously, just watch this goal.
Squad down to the ground, although a lot puts that one straight up. That is the angle of the century!
I cannot put into words how good that goal is. Any pro player today, put him in that situation and they are not scoring. It doesn't even bounce. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I only included a lot just to talk about that goal. I don't even know what he's doing now. Freaky. Freaky is probably the player that those of you still watching the video will most likely be familiar with. But for those of you not familiar, this is Freaky. For any football fans watching, Freaky played like Sean Dyche's Burnley team. But for any non-football fans, Freaky would beat the shit out of the ball. Like, if you hit the ball onto his backboard, you better be sure it is being sent back at 200 miles per hour. This guy just wasn't mechanical. Trying to find a highlight reel for him was like trying to find any remaining RCS casters. They just ain't there. For example, his best season in the RCS warranted a 2-minute highlight reel and 1,500 views. And this, just watch the first goal in the montage.
Skirtle here. Oh, yeah!
despite all this, Freaky had a very long and respectable career as a pro, sticking to what he does best. His career spanned 6 years, making 3 lands, and his best finish being 6th with Veloce. And he even grinded for that shit while having half his face paralyzed at one point. But eventually, RCS Season X would be the season where he would start to fade out of the RCS scene, ironically with a team called Fadeaway. And being someone who barely relied on mechanics, coaching seemed to be the right move for his future. But he's yet to find any significant success after his first real coaching season with Tundra. He never really had any beef or controversies, despite his old Vitality teammate Therapy saying he hated him, which is a bit harsh, but whether he'll end up being a successful coach or not hangs in the balance, but he will always have a respectable career to look back on. Tylacto, the man with the worst record in RCS history, going 3-21 with a 0% series win rate with Team Secret in Season 4. And I actually had the pleasure of talking to Tylacto about this. So I asked him how he felt having the title of the worst pro in Rocket League history, to which he replied,
"It's nice to have a title."
So after his first stint in the RCS, he dropped to RRS in Season 5 and reached the promotion playoffs. So it's overtime in Game 7 against Servette. Tylacto is given an open net to win his team promotion back into the big leagues. And then this happened.
Skyline passes it in, and Tylacto's there. A save from Alex keeps Servette alive. Surely we thought Secret would be moving on right there. What an incredible save, and now a chance. Mommy Snow missing his touch, a shot from Skyline, and that one off the post and in.
It is devastating. So I asked Tylacto what his feelings were towards Alex, where he said,
"Fair play. I have no hard feelings against him."
Despite him also saying,
"Thankfully, the nightmares they have passed. They have passed."
And then Season 6 would be his last shot at professional Rocket League, finishing mid-table in the RORS. But he would go on to launch a successful casting career soon after. So he started out casting the very best players Rocket League has to offer in the university leagues.
See it out to eliminate the UEA Blue Jays. Here it is. There it is. On the fake as well. Called so well. Ice in the veins from Bournemouth.
And who'd grind his way up to cast alongside the very best casters of Rocket League at CRL Worlds. And he also has an astrophysics degree, which is pretty fucking cool. Tylacto has since pulled out of full-time esports or content work, but he said,
I don't plan on leaving esports in the entirety. I have too many roots here, and it's too much fun.
And he'll also be casting GridServe's Resolve team in the RCS quals if you want to catch him. And for those desperate to know, I asked if he could tell me when Unreal Engine 5 would be out, and he said,
No.
No, okay. Dan Sizzle. Dan played just 1 season in the RCS under one of the coolest team names to date. There really isn't much to say about him, except for the fact that he went to go on and try his shot at becoming a Fortnite pro. Which didn't really go well. But it led to me reading more and finding out that Zen was debating whether to go pro in Fortnite during his ban, and considering he's currently the best Rocket League player in the world, I think he made the right decision. Anyway, today Dan Sizzle still plays the game occasionally, and it looks like he's still got it. Ooh! Yes! And he's also doing better than most people watching this video because he's got himself a girl, so well done Dan, round of applause.
It's kind of funny that nobody knows me in this game anymore too. Because when I put on the RLCS title, everyone just tells me to go kill myself.
I got really ill before I could record my outro, so this is my outro. Remember to like and subscribe and all that shit.
Have it.